president must have the emergency authority to utilize tariffs. I see how hard President Trump works. The Democrats want to try to renegotiate the entire healthcare system.
Let's watch Karoline Leavitt on Fox News as she joins in on the MAGA Coke Fest as poll after poll shows Americans rightfully blaming Republicans and Trump for this shutdown. If you can, leave us a like on the video. It helps us out a ton in the algorithm. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get right into the content.
Well, we do have backup plans, and the president's trade team is working diligently on those contingency plans. But ultimately, Maria, we are hopeful that the Supreme Court will rule on the right side of the law and do what's right for our country. The importance of this case cannot be overstated. The president must have the emergency authority to utilize tariffs. Look at what President Trump has been able to do by leveraging tariffs and leveraging the might of the United States economy. We are the #1 consumer country in the world, and every country around the world knows it. It's because of tariffs that President Trump has been effectively able to cut so many.
Except we were the #1 consumer country in the world prior to Trump coming into office, and tariffs objectively came and hurt our inflation, GDP, investment, consumer confidence, and spending. And the 90 deals in 90 days turned into what? Like 2 handshake backpedals from Trump and a bad agreement with China? It caused rates to not get cut as soon as we expect it. We're worrying about recession. We've had tens of thousands of manufacturing jobs lost. The tariffs have objectively been a failure by any metric you could look to, and they've led to such terrible outcomes that they've been quietly rolled back. They went from like a main pillar of Trump's like a political platform to something they try to talk about as little as possible. But don't you feel liberated, guys? I mean, are you tired of winning?
It almost feels like the Democrats don't want him to do so well. They are not so happy that things are going well.
They don't. And it's really pitiful, Maria, because I see how hard President Trump works. He just flew literally around the globe, barely sleeping for days on end to advocate for America and all of our people, Republican, Democrat, Independent. He is cutting trade deals and peace deals and bringing trillions of dollars of investments.
So first off, the lack of self-awareness is what's hilarious to me. Democrats don't want Trump to do well. These clowns just ran wall to wall, week after week, Biden dementia and we're a third world country, as Biden was negotiating the largest hostage swap since the Cold War and objectively leading the fastest and strongest COVID recovery on the globe. I love to them that objectively reporting true negative things about Trump means you're deranged. Lying about Trump means you're honest, though, or whatever, because Trump derangement's a totally real thing. And I don't know, right? You're in a cult. That's what it actually is. But also, Trump is not for all Americans. That is like a really hard thing to prove in any way, as he pulls grants from blue districts, walks ICE through only blue states, and mobilizes the National Guard in only blue cities as Republicans. Corruption like Tom Homan gets hand waved, and dozens of Democrats come under investigation.
Are you hearing of any off-ramp to get this government open this upcoming week?
We certainly hope so. Look, we hope the government opens tomorrow. We have been saying this for 32 days in a row. The Democrats want to try to renegotiate the entire healthcare system that they created, by the way, and that's why they're holding the government hostage. They want to add $1.7 trillion of new spending and, again, give taxpayer-funded Medicaid to illegal aliens. That is a red line in the sand for President Trump.
It's hilarious how much and how constantly the goalpost has to move for them, or like how much the exaggerations have to grow. So now Democrats want to rewrite the entire healthcare system. Like, there's COVID era subsidies applied to Obamacare insurance plans about to expire. If they do, those privy to those subsidies will see their premium costs increase over like 150% in some states. Like, I think it's over 80% on average. And Democrats want those extended so people don't have to experience that pain, you know, in the same economy where inflation's already up, millions are getting kicked off healthcare, millions are getting kicked off food stamps. Like, hey, maybe like, let's save the working class money somewhere. And as we've debunked numerous times, undocumented immigrants aren't privy to Obamacare, Medicare of any kind, and Medicaid, even like outside of emergency funds, which makes up less than half of 1% of the Medicaid budget in its entirety and is used by citizens as well. So only even a fraction of that goes to undocumented immigrants. But yeah, guys, that's definitely why MAGA is not voting for this bill and the subsidies to be extended.